Let's talk about Byakuya real quick. Many people have speculated that his Bankai has thousands to tens of thousands of blades, but what if I told you that it's far more than you expected? I just happen to have some of the data books, which helps break down characters, insights, gives information on cosmology, so on and so forth. And here we can see that it gives more insights on Byakuya himself, in which it says that Zamari, who he was fighting during the Espada arc here, survived an assault of over 100 million blades. Now that's a lot of blades compared to what people were speculating, which could have been thousands to 10,000s. Now usually people would assume that it might be hyperbole just because, we're using 100 million to make it seem cool or something like that. But let's go over to this next panel here in the data book. Here we can see that it's doubled down with the 100 million blades. So whenever we have something that has more than one instance and it's being doubled down on, we can surely enough say that it is definite and that it's not an outlier. Now, most of the time people will still try to argue that it's not actual, but with Kubo, he makes it pretty clear with his characters how he wants to portray them. Especially if we use somebody like Zaraki, for instance. Let's just say that Kubo, whenever he put emphasis that he wants him to be pure brute strength, that's just literally what he is, but yet he's able to keep up with people who have extremely busted abilities, so on and so forth. So it's really not out of reach to say that Byakuya has over 100 million blades within his Bankai. I wanted to add that this is extremely impressive just for the simple fact that whenever Ichigo and Byakuya was fighting each other, Ichigo was able to cut up all these tiny blades. Remember, it's 100 million blades, and Ichigo is casually cutting them up to kind of display his power at this point in time. I think a lot more people need to give credit to both Byakuya and Ichigo here at this point. A lot of people downplay these versions just for the simple fact that they're the early on versions, and generally with an anime, people will downplay early versions of said characters. But sometimes when you go back to certain characters, you have data books, so on and so forth again, you'll be able to kind of just figure out how strong certain characters was at that point in time. So I try to go back into these character sheets and stuff like that just to kind of figure out where everybody kind of stands. I like to scale often, so I will say this, guys, that if you enjoy these videos so far, please make sure to go ahead and subscribe, hit that follow button, make sure to comment on these videos. I will be releasing more of these to come probably here in the next few days, so please make sure to hit that notification bell